Hey, Ben here. In this video, we're going to go over how to get more traffic from your social media accounts and social media posts in a new training called the Circle of Viralocity. That's what I'm calling the strategy. I actually got the name from someone named Brendan Burchard, who originally dubbed it that name. But it's basically a strategy that's been around for some time that traffic gurus and experts use to get more out of their social media account and build it a lot faster. So, most people when they create a piece of content or they're trying to get traffic from social media, they'll upload the post to Facebook, maybe Twitter, or one or two other places. They'll schedule it. It will go out, and then that's pretty much it. And then they're on to creating the next piece of content, scheduling it, and they go through this kind of difficult cycle of creating content, putting it out there. A little bit of traffic comes out of it, a little bit of subscribers, and they have to repeat for years trying to grow their audience. Now, this is a strategy that is going to kind of put that on steroids, where you can grow your accounts a lot faster, you can get people interacting more, and of course, as a result, you'll be able to get more traffic. And it starts with three basic steps. First, what you want to do is you want to create a piece of content, and I'm going to walk you through all these steps in detail, obviously. And what you want to do is do something called repurpose that content, where you create different derivatives of it. So, for example, you can create a video. Maybe you're a video marketer, and you can turn that video into an article, or you can turn that video into just an audio track, for example. That's called repurposing content. And we're just going to be using the same content. So this is just remember that all you need is one piece of content, whether it's an image, a video, an article, etc. Then what you want to do is upload it to different social networks, and you want to upload the repurposed content to the network that makes sense. So, for example, you're not going to upload a full video to Twitter because Twitter doesn't even support videos. But what you could do is upload like a slide of that video that's an image and post it on Twitter. Or, for example, on SoundCloud, you can upload just the audio. Obviously, they don't support images. Then the third step is you want to encourage users on your different social networks that follow you to go around a cycle of these different social networks, engaging with your different forms of content. And I'm going to explain this all in a second here, what exactly this means. So first, you need to create your origin piece of content. That's what I call it. And so what does it come from? What is it? Well, first it can be a unique article or video that you create. So if you're in the paleo diet niche, this would be something about an article on how to get started with the paleo diet, or a video you create about a recipe, for example. And the more unique and high value it is, well, the more traffic, more subscribers, and better results you're going to get with this method. Now, if it's something that you kind of stole from someone and is copy and pasted, well, it still brings traffic and subscribers, but it won't be as much. So, the better that you can create this one origin piece of content, the faster you're going to get results with. So also, if you don't know what to create and you're not really an expert, well, you can get it from other experts. For example, you can find an expert to interview for a podcast, like via Skype. You can just have them do a written interview where you send them some questions via email and then they send you the answers back. Or you can do something called an expert roundup. Now, if you don't know what that is, I'm going to show you an example here real quick. And all this is something where a bunch of experts get together, or you have them interview, and you put them all in one articles. For example, this one is titled 20 Social Media Tools and Tips from the Experts. So instead of coming up with all this content yourself, this person just interviewed some of the top social media experts they found, like Donna Moritz here, to the next expert, Andy Crestona, Peg Fitzpatrick, and then these experts will just give their one tip. And then of course, to be fair, you want to make sure that you mention that you can link out to these people, so they're not just providing you with free content, but there's some sort of incentive in it for them, like a link back to their blog or some sort of shout out to check out their book, for example, like this person just did right here. Or you can also get it from curated content, and this is basically just going out there, getting someone else's content and sharing it as your own. So, for example, say you're in that paleo diet niche, you can just type in paleo diet, go to Google, search news, and then these are all different kind of trending news topics that you can share with your audience. Now, what I would recommend doing is, take a look at the news article, and instead of just sharing it exactly as is, you can take some parts of it and then add your own unique introduction or unique conclusion, basically talking about, why are you sharing this specific article with your audience, or maybe your own take on mistakes in the paleo eating, where maybe there's some parts of this article that you thought were wrong and you want to put it out there and correct them, for example. So you're not writing the majority of the content, but you're taking it from someone else and you're kind of adding your own intro and your own conclusion, which definitely will still rank in Google. It won't get as much traffic as something totally original and unique, but again, it's a starting point if you don't want to create something totally from scratch. Okay, then we're going to get into that circular viralocity part of it. So here's an example of how this would work, how this strategy, circular viralocity, would work. So say, for example, your origin piece of content is you created a video. So you're a video marketer and you created a video for a band, for example, that maybe you're managing, or maybe you're in a band. So the natural thing would be, obviously, you create your video, you upload it to YouTube, you hope for some views, and then you're done and you go on to the next video. But instead, here's what we're going to do to get even more traffic and subscribers and build our brand. So first, you would upload that video to YouTube. But then you would want to upload a shorter version to Facebook. But then in the Facebook post, you want to link to the full YouTube video. And in the original YouTube video, you want to send a link for people to check it out on Facebook, a Facebook version as well, that they can share more easily with their Facebook friends. But on the Facebook one, make sure that you link back to the YouTube one if the people on Facebook want to see the full version. Now you might be thinking, well, it seems like a lot of work, but I want to point out that there's just about free tools for everything out here I'm going to go over. So for example, here is a free video editor. You can just quickly trim down the video. Here's one that I use called Camtasia. Now this is really good, but this is more expensive. You have to pay for this. But if you don't want to pay for a really good one, there's plenty of free ones here that will easily get the job done for all this repurposing stuff. So then you have your videos uploaded. Now what you want to do is upload to Twitter. You want to take maybe like a unique lyric line and make a picture out of it, and then link that to your Facebook video. So you can do this using something called Canva. If you don't want to use Canva, there's 1,000 different image creators and editors that have gone out there, all ranging from Photoshop to just free stuff that you can get online. Now, Canva is pretty cool because this is free to get started with, and you only have to pay a few cents if you want to use some more premium templates. What you have to do is click on the template that you want to create. You just put your lyric in here, and then you can actually download it to Twitter, or you can download it to your desktop and then upload to Twitter. Or there's actually places, I'm not going to go over how to use everything in Canva, but there's some ways that you can create images specifically optimized just for Twitter. So say you want to take just like one unique lyric out of that video you created, and then you can upload it to Twitter and then link it to the Facebook version. Then you can do that same thing and upload that picture to Instagram, and you can link to your Twitter account, or you can link back to that original Facebook video. So you notice how we're starting to link back to all these different accounts. So someone on Instagram, they might want to learn more about you, so they go check out the Facebook version of your content. And someone on Facebook, they want to check out the full version, so they go to your YouTube to subscribe. So now you're generating traffic from many different networks for the same content. Then what you can do is upload to Pinterest and link to the Facebook. Another idea is you can extract just the audio, upload it to SoundCloud, and then you can link to your blog or like an email opt-in where you can capture people's email addresses as well. And like I said before, there's free tools to do all of this content repurposing. Here's a tool called Audacity, and this is free to download. And what you can do is you can edit any type of audio very quickly and export it, and it's free to use. Then, for example, then you can send an email about for your email subscribers that you collected from SoundCloud. Then you can send them back to that original YouTube video, and that kind of starts the cycle of traffic. So So what should you link to the most? Well, you want to link to kind of all of them and put your different um accounts and different things. In YouTube, like for YouTube, you don't want to just have Facebook. Maybe you also want to have your email sign up and things like that. But you want to pick your 3 top networks. So if you're a video marketer, probably YouTube. You probably want to build a list, so your blog, and then maybe your Facebook page as well. And then you also have links to other pages, but those are the ones you're linking to the most. Then you want to encourage users to go through this viral cycle. So it's not just enough about creating your content, uploading it to the different social networks, but you need to let them know that they should go through this cycle and that there's different content on different places to consume. So instead of just saying, "Hey, follow me on Twitter," say, "Hey, check out this image of our lyric, or a secret image of our band, or behind the scenes on Twitter, or behind the scenes look on Instagram, and follow us there." So now there's a reason for them to go. Just about 99% of businesses or marketers, they say, "Oh, make sure to follow us on Facebook," and then that's about the end of it. So you need to give them a reason to start going through this cycle. So to start it, all you have to do is on your social links that you're going to schedule and send out, tell users why they need to click through. Don't just post stuff to float out there and get lost and no one interacts with. You need a call to action, and then encourage them to check out all the awesome content and get them to go through this cycle to build your accounts on different platforms instead of just one, and get them actually interacting with you, which is going to lead to more traffic, more subscribers, because it is, after all, social media. So you might be saying, "Well, Ben, I'm not really a YouTube or video marketer. I can't really make a video for a band." Well, this is just an example of what you can do. So I'm going to go over one more example here. And then after this, you're probably going to get the idea. Now, you don't have to do this exact strategy of, first you have to do Twitter, then you have to do Pinterest. But, just the basic idea of different social media accounts with native content linking to each other. Okay, so here's another example. So say, for example, you wrote an article this time instead of a video. What you'd probably want to do is publish it on your blog, SEO optimize it to rank in Google, and then create an audio version. So this can be, again, just you speaking into a microphone. It doesn't have to be, high level quality if you're just starting out. Again, you can just use a free tool like Audacity and probably your built-in computer microphone. And then upload that as a podcast. And if you don't know how to get started with a podcast, well, again, there's tons of free resources out there. For example, here's a great one from Pat Flynn, who runs a podcast, and he gives you a free, complete step-by-step podcast tutorial. So this is going to walk you through how to set up your podcast quickly and cheaply, that you can go through, and it's totally free. And a simple Google search will probably yield results for all of this kind of stuff. So on your podcast, now what you want to do is link to, say, a resource that they can download if they're listening to the podcast, and then you can link to that on Facebook. So go to facebook.com/your page, and then check out the resource guide. So that's going to get them on your Facebook page now. Then you can upload the resource guide, and then on Facebook, you have your resource guide, but then also you can have create a SlideShare deck out of it. And SlideShare, basically, it's just a place where you can create different types of slides, basically just like a PowerPoint presentation, and upload it, and there's actually a lot of traffic on there. And again, it's very easy to do. For creating different slides, I recommend going to the Invanto marketplace, specifically graphicriver.net. And then what you can see here is all these different slide templates. Now there's free ones out there if you don't have $15 to spend, but this one's only $15. And if you take a look here, like I'm showing you, this is a pretty good looking slide that you can quickly create a video out of, whether you have PowerPoint for Windows or Keynote for Mac. And there's some other free slide creation tools out there if you don't have PowerPoint or Keynote. And then you can export the slide as well. For example, if you have PowerPoint, you can export it as a video and then publish that video on YouTube, but link to the original blog. So if people check it out on YouTube, you have your social links, but then also you can have a main link back to your blog as well, to the text version. And the idea is that people consume content different ways. There's some people who just like to listen to podcasts and they don't like to read articles. And there's some people who they can't stand podcasts, but they just like to read different blog posts. And that's going to get more traffic and subscribers. And then you can post links to the SlideShare, to your blog, to your video on your Twitter accounts, your Pinterest, Instagram accounts, and schedule those over and over to be shared, which is going to start the traffic and start this cycle over and over. So I think that you got the idea by now on what to do. Again, you don't have to follow this exact order. This is just an idea to get you started. You need to come up with what content is best for your audience and optimize it that way. But this is just an introduction to get you started and get you thinking about posting content, getting traffic from social media, other than probably what the other guys are telling you to do, which is great, but it's going to take months to build your account the kind of long way. So I hope this video helped. If you want more content, feel free to send me a message, and I'll create more videos just like this too.